Hello everyone, welcome back to my stream/channel. My name's Liam, also know me as probably from everything else Bob Nanos. Today I will be playing some Legacy. It's been a while. This time I'm going to be playing some humans. If you know me at all, you know that I'm quite a big Death and Taxes aficionado in Legacy. That's the only deck I really play. I have no interest in many other decks, but the meta is quite hostile towards that kind of deck at the moment. You don't really have it was quite bad prior to Modern Horizons. You have Renin, after Modern Horizons you had Renin 6, kind of ruined everything for oh, thank you. Person who just wrote in the chat now, that's the progenitor of this deck, and also the creator of a fantastic deck guide, which I will post in the section, the YouTube section of this. He's who I saw this deck from, and I thought would be a good way of getting back into Legacy. It seems like a much better position to Death and Taxes. As I was saying, Renin 6 was bad, and you got Oko, and you've got Plague Engineer. Obviously this deck is humans, so you could just name humans with this Plague Engineer, but a lot of your cards don't actually die to it immediately, unlike the Death and Taxes deck. Pretty much everything in your deck dies to Plague Engineer. So yeah. Oh, is that the case? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so Yosei is as well. Go check him out if you're interested in Legacy Humans at all. I'll be running this for a league and seeing how I do, so we'll get started now. I think generally this deck tends to play somewhat akin to both a mix of hang on, that's alright. Let's get our deck going. Yeah, everything should be in order, should let me use it. That's odd. Yeah, I'll try and fix this now. Everything's legal. Oh, it's because I put it in free form. Alright. That's my fault. Let's just put that in the correct one now. I was wondering what was wrong. That makes a lot of sense. Let's change this to Legacy. Doesn't matter. Sorry about that, I already got a speed bump at the start. Alright, we don't want this. Seems about right. Yeah, alright, cool. Let's actually go into it now. Cool. Alright. It's been a while since I played Legacy. I think last time I played was GP Bologna, or the day after. Didn't do great. I did okay. I was undefeated in Death and Taxes mirrors. I still am, so I'm quite proud of that. That's the only thing I really got out of the weekend. It's kind of a horrible weekend actually. Yeah, so I've kind of been on and off of Legacy for a little bit, just because my Death Taxes has been very good. So hopefully this deck can rekindle my spirit a little bit. So our opponent has 61 cards in their deck. I have a 1-drop, so it's definitely a hand that I'm more willing to keep. I think given the power of our hand, I think we're fine keeping it. We have all our mana as well. Hi, yeah, it's pretty much the modern human shell, but then you get cool cards like Recruiter. So you get to pretty much like find out any of humans you want. You get Mother of Runes, which is quite a great pickup for the deck. You also get to wasteland people, which I think is the most fun part. So see what our opponent does. We have the freebooter as well as a sort of catch to if we think that they're doing anything unfair. Okay, so we drew the 8th of Al. So we're just going to play that first, as that lets us accelerate our hand, similarly to how it would in Death and Taxes. They have Blood and Russian Pool, which leads me to believe it's probably mono white. Considering that's the fact, it could be like blue white Stoneblade, or like, you know, blue white as well. So I'm more akin to having this wastelanded than Cavern, just in case they have the ability. They're pretty much the same, but like Cavern is slightly better generally. We have a good hand against anyone trying to grind. Okay, so we have it could be lands as well, which I think is definitely the case here. Considering that's the case, I think we're okay starting off on Kite Sail. Also gives us the ability to block a Marit Lage for a turn, which can be okay. So they've just Abrupt Decayed off. Well, that's okay. Thinking about now whether or not we want to Kite Sail them. They only have one card in hand. I really don't think that it's necessarily an issue. The problem now is being mana. I think it's better actually just to play the Kite Sail now, and the next turn I'll play these two. I don't get as much of a counter on here, but it's like more mana efficient. We don't name human again. I could name something else. But I don't think it matters at this point. We have Ancient Ziggurat for anything that we would otherwise want to cast. The only thing that we can't really cast with that is like, oh, we have the white, so we can cast the Deputy when we get it, which would be relevant when we play against, or if they Marit Lage us. Let's see what they have. Yeah, they just have the Dark Depths. That's fine. That means that it's something to be worried about in the future, but they're just drawing off the top at this point, and I imagine that they'll just begin their turn by porting us, which is okay. I think what we'll do is, if they do port us, or maybe it was correct to actually play the Horizon counter for you that turn, so that we could crack it. If they go to force, and then we can still play a land and play out this champion. I think that was probably better. They have Marit Lage now, so we have a block for it. If we draw a wasteland, that's good. They won't put us because they can just combo us. We don't die yet, that's the main thing. We want to find a Deputy. Leadership Bugle gives us the biggest chance of finding Deputy. So I'm going to cast that. Okay, we did not find Deputy, but yeah, it's a bit unfortunate we couldn't find this Carcass. Trying to think what we could do now. I guess Mother Runes is like the better of the two if I was to pick one, but not a great choice either way. It would have been nice to have the Mother Runes earlier, because then we could block with this Kite Sail for a considerable amount of time till they find like Abrupt Decay or something. another one. Okay, there's the Marrow Age. We have a draw to find. We can draw another Kite Sail, which can slow them down. If they pull our Ancient Ziggurat, we're even closer to being unable to do anything. But yeah, the best thing we can find is either another Kite Sail or a Deputy of Detention here, or a Palace Jailer. Palace Jailer works too. So we have about 5 draws in our deck. Trying to think if anything else in our deck flies. We don't have Tomic. Tomic will be good coming out of the sideboard though. That's definitely something that'll help us. It'll pretty much invalidate their whole Marrowlade strategy, so long as we can keep it alive. It also stops Life from the Loam if they play that, which they usually do. Yeah, here's the port. So they're going to port the Ancient Ziggurat, which is what I expected. Don't think we have any way to gain life either. We could find Phantasmal Image, but we don't have the mana to cast it now. So I think we're just dead. Yeah, okay, we'll concede this one. That's fine. We now know what our opponent's doing, so we can sideboard a bit better. Or we can sideboard now knowing what they're playing. Yeah, just playing like normal lands rather than loam or anything. So if that's the case, we probably want to bring in Tomic's great, Palace Jailer, Sanctum Prelon 2 is very good. Could bring in Mirren Crusaders. I think we can probably trim a Meddling Mage. We have a Sanctum Prelate, which is more like a hard lock against them. Pretty much everything is on 2. Meddling Mage is very specific, and most of their deck is lands. So generally what you name, it doesn't name lands, so it's not as relevant. It's about whether or not we want Thalia. I think Thalia is fine, but I think we have better stuff in our deck. We just really want to hit the stuff that can beat down better. Also, I think that they can bring in like Plague Engineer from the sideboard. Cards I'm expecting are like more Abrupt Decays, more of that kind of effect, more stuff that can remove our creatures. Considering that's the fact, maybe we should get rid of our Phantasmal Image. I think it's okay. This hand's a keep, mainly due to the fact that we have Tomic in our hand. We also have the 1-drop. We don't really want to mull a 7, or we don't want to keep a 7 without a 1-drop. We've had Rift Stone Portal both games. This is Sylvan Library, sure, that's fine. So we're going to play our Cavern here, and then Human. Play Atomic. Then we'll get in for 2. Next time I'm gonna play Meddling Mage, I'm gonna name Abrupt Decay. Might have been better to do that first, just to prevent them from casting immediately. But we have a second Tomic, so it's not the end of the world. We can also Phantasmal Image on Meddling Mage afterwards and name Punishing Fire as well. Might be better to... They showed us Abrupt Decay immediate, like first, which I think is uncommon. Is it common? I honestly don't know nowadays. Usually I remember like Punishing Fire. So I have a Follows Lieutenant. That's quite good to help bring in the pressure. Just gonna have a look at a what I should name. I think I'm just gonna name what I've seen, and I've seen Abrupt Decay, so I will name that. See how they respond. Oops, that's the wrong button. So this is probably a crop rotation. Yeah, that's fine. It's just getting a Paralage, sure. They can't Punishing Fire or Atomic, which is what we care about. What is this? Oh no, they're just gonna Abrupt Decay now. Okay, so they pass. Hoping to draw 4th land here, because then we can go far as Lieutenant, Phantasmal Image it, and really like put the pressure on. Hoping that they don't have any. They tapped blue, which leads me to potentially think that they may have like a bounce effect, but that doesn't seem likely generally. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, Blast Zone makes sense. Oh yeah, there's an Oko. God, I never like playing against. This is probably a reason to bring in Mirror Crusader now as well. They can Oko Atomic. Then what we're gonna do is okay, so we didn't draw the extra land, but we drew a Noble Hierarch. We're just gonna kill the Oko now, and then we're gonna play another Atomic. Yeah, we're not Phantasmal Imaging, so we're gonna attack these 2 into Oko, and then we're gonna hit them for 4. Hoping to set up lethal next turn by putting them on 9. Then we can double Phantasm Image. Is that crop rotating? They're probably getting a yeah, Maze of If. I probably should have attacked all at Oko, but I think this is okay still. Yeah, probably should have attacked all at Oko instead. Yeah, forgot about crop rotation again. So that was just me playing poorly. So they're just gonna Oko other Tomic, which is a bit frustrating. See what we can do. What can we draw? They can't do it this turn, so they I think considering it might be more correct to cast Fowler's Lieutenant now. They go to the Blast Zone, which is a interesting one. So let's see if they make. I guess we want to force them to Oko or Tomic so they don't make a 3/3, because then we can actually present lethal with like a Palace Jailer or something. Get a counter now. I'm gonna keep this one. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of playing against Oko in any format, especially one where I like playing like small creatures that like have abilities that make them worth playing. So it's a bit frustrating having to deal with it, and like you lose primarily to that card a lot of the time. So I'd hope that they do something about it in a sense. It's probably the worst card in the format, just for gameplay, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm a bit biased considering. Yeah, so I'm just gonna Oko it now. We do have lethal on board, and they have their mana tied up on Dark Depths. They can Maze of If us. Oh, they're just doing it now? That's interesting. We have lots of outs to them just doing it immediately. Another one, sure. We can Phantasmal Image it if we want. Obviously, is it just oh, it'll just get sacrificed when they try now. Oh, they just LK anyway. Okay. Can we kill them? Let's think. They block here, they take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If they don't have anything, I think we have lethal. Oh no, because I have to tap both of these. That's really frustrating. It's my fault for not playing around crop rotation for Maze of If though, so can't blame anyone else. So they block here. We can. This is an elk, so it doesn't get Follows Tenanted. We can image the Marrowlage, but then they just Oko it. I guess if we kill Oko, can we do that? Yeah. So we kill Oko, and then we make an image. Then we can play a. Okay, there's our game plan. We just don't attack. Is it only with yeah, it can only target attacking creatures. So we just don't ever attack with our Marrowlage. We just use it. We probably to stay back, and then we can develop a Mother of Runes, and then we can get through like that. No, because we can't target its colors. Okay, well at least that is a way of winning. I think what we're gonna do is Yeah, so we're gonna play it off all as Lieutenant. We should have tapped the Noble Hierarch so that we don't worry about abrupt decay. I guess we have Meddling Mage on abrupt decay now, but if they block it now, we're in a bit of a problem. Bit of a pickle. So frustrating having to do like constant removal off of a creature that also or a planeswalker that kills you as well. I guess like that's a reason to bring in. Yeah, so they're blocking here, so they probably have like abrupt decay. Okay, so we make our own token. Now we don't want to actually, yeah, we don't want to move our runes. Okay, so they have the abrupt decay as well. Okay, so they just had everything. Can't do much about that. Unfortunate, I played wrong, definitely. If there's no point in copying Tomic, because it dies to abrupt decay too, and the way they block, they suggested abrupt decay. And if I copy Tomic, they already have like Marrow Age out. I guess it stops. I don't think it stops anything at that point. Yeah, it's a shame. I think. Yeah, there wasn't really anything I could do about that after the fact that I didn't kill the Oko. I think if I had secured the kill on the Oko, it would have been different. But that was like the big one that lost me the game in general. That's something to keep in mind for the future. I just have to get my legacy hat back on. I keep forgetting about things that I shouldn't forget about. It's been a while. Okay. We'll do better next time. We just needed a warm-up. Not the best warm-up, just getting trounced by Marrow Age 2 games, but that happens. Game to go on the play. This is a very aggressive hand. I kind of want to keep it, just see how it goes. I have the Wasteland as well to like tempo them out. Not think about what we're likely to play against. Yeah, why not? I don't know if it's good. I don't think it is. I think because we're on the play, I'm a lot more tempted. I will start on Cavern. This could very easily get bolted, but if it does, at the very least, we have 2 more in backup. So. Okay. So I probably want to keep this in case we need to name something else other than human. I'm just gonna. I think I actually care about Mother of Runes more than I care about a second champion, so I'm gonna cast that off of the. I should always yield to this. I know it's less profitable for counters, so I probably should have just played this first. That's just me mis-sequencing. I was too focused on playing the Mother of Runes first. So that was just a mistake on my part. So this could either be a brainstorm of I need to find an answer to this now, or it's a I am going to kill you next turn brainstorm. I think it's generally the end step case. I it took a while on it, so I don't think that they've killing us. So maybe they are, and they're just taking a big think over it. Could definitely be. Okay. Those colors aren't suggestive of us being dead, nor are they suggestive of us getting our creatures killed. It does mean that our wasteland doesn't do anything, but I would like to play it out over an extra land, just so I can have more information about it when I'm casting these. Here comes our extra champion number 3. Our triggers, let's always yield to these. So we could be attacking for 7 this turn, which if we draw another human would have been lethal, I think. So now we're just attacking for 6. Now if we attack for 6 and we play another human, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we would have had lethal. So the sequencing actually became super relevant. Okay, so the playing Impulse, which is highly suggestive of a more combo oriented deck. I'm assuming, considering they're playing blue and green, they're probably like RD1. If that's the case, we just probably die next turn, unless we draw a like Palace Jailer or a Deputy. Need to learn to sequence properly. This is one of those decks that's very important that you sequence right. Same with humans in modern. Okay, so just main phasing. Yes, main phase in the brainstorm. Sorry, bit tongue tied. Father's Lieutenant is certainly lethal. Anything else less so? If we draw a human, we can attack with them over runes for lethal, which I think, considering they just have a forest, is potentially correct. Also, they've cracked it, so any human now is lethal. Just gonna get snow covered. Ponder. So it doesn't seem like we're dead. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think they can kill us off of snow covered unless they have like any lower spells or anything in there. And they're just passing. So any human is lethal. That's a human. We have the Mother of Runes to protect ourselves. Yeah, alright, we won. So we don't know what they're doing, but we do know that they're playing cantrips. So another Prelate comes in. They are playing green mana. I expect that they probably have something to Oko. So I like Mirror Crusader as well. Maybe less so, as it's maybe a combo deck, so and I'm on the draw. I don't know if they're doing anything in the graveyard. I might hedge and play like one Mind Break Trap. It looks like their Impulse suggests that they're like some sort of combo deck, but I don't know if they're one that Mind Break Trap is good against. I will hedge on it being RD2 though, so I am gonna bring in the second Jailer. Phantasmal Image seems good against them as well. I probably want to trim on Militia Bugler because it's a bit slow. Holly is good. Kai'Sa seems good. I think Mother of Runes isn't very good in these matchups. They kind of tend to but I will keep one in just in case. So I will only trim one for now. Actually, I think I'll keep a Bugler and I'll trim a second Mother of Runes. We haven't seen any lands that are suggestive of removal spells, so I'm less keen on keeping them. I think this hand's good. It's very disruptive. We have the Noble Hierarch, Kitesail into Thalia. Oh, we could play Thalia first. I think Thalia first is better, as they tend to want to spend their first couple of turns cantripping. We have the Palace Jailer for when they what's the card called? Either Show and Tell or the other one, the green one, Eureka. That's the word. So lead on Cavern here. We have a Recruiter is a very good draw, as it lets us find either like a Prelate or a another piece of hate, like maybe a Meddling Mage. I think Prelate's generally better. I think Eureka is 4 mana though. So I can't name 2 and I can't name 3 and get it, and yeah, it's 4 mana. Okay. Let's see what our opponent's doing. We want to play Thalia next turn. Probably just attack with our Noble Hierarch. Yeah, so just cantripping. If they don't play any Lotus Petals and stuff now, we'll be fairly we'll be in an okay spot with the Thalia on the field, unless they like just play an Oko. But I think Cavern of Souls is helping us out here. I could play out the second one, but I think I'm fine just playing out this Thalia. Okay, so opponent doesn't do anything in response to that, so they don't have Brainstorm or anything, or if they do, they don't want to use it yet. I'll attack for 1. Next turn, I'm comfortable playing Kitesail into Thalia's Lieutenant. Okay, so they're just gonna crack now. That doesn't seem right. I think they're better off doing that on their turn if they need the mana. They don't want to. Means that they have the option to get a dual land if they need for like a Lotus Petal-esque effect. Okay, so just brainstorming. We're gonna play a Kitesail, then we're gonna play a Thalia's Lieutenant probably. We can play Recruiter if we need to, but I don't think there's anything that we need to get with the Recruiter. We already have fairly sufficient speed bumps in the way at the moment. This can just get a Prelate at the end. Can name 1. We'll see what it's in the hand first, obviously. What we name is contextual, depending on their hand. Okay. So let's try not to name human again. What's something that we can name that will help us? No, I think we just name human still. There's nothing. The only card that isn't a human in our deck is Deputy. I don't think we have the Palace Jailer as like an alternative. So let's start with this. I think the most annoying thing about playing humans on Magic Online is the having to like click the mana manually. Okay, so they have both effects on field. I think we want to grab the Omniscience. Problem is the Echoing Truth. So they can show until next turn. Put the Omniscience down. If they do show and tell, doesn't really do a lot. They can't Echoing Truth off of the given the context of this, I want to play the Mother runes to protect my Kite Sail from the Echoing Truth that they have. And I make them have to do it on their turn. So the hand is Echoing Truth, Show and Tell, Brainstorm, Eureka, yeah, and a Flooded Strand. Weird Everland as well. So now this is a bit of an awkward scenario for our opponent, because they can spend their turn like Echoing Truthing off things, but then we just like replay the Kite Sail, so now they can't really remove the Kite Sail holding the Omniscience on end step or anything, and then Show and Tell, because if they don't do it now, then their Mother is going to protect our team. So that was a good draw. Just gonna get a forest, that's fine. I could get back to basics. I suppose that would be a problem for us. They can like bounce off Alia to do something. Okay, so they're Show and Telling now. Anything that they do play, they could, if they Grizzlebrand, they can't really do anything because we have the Faller on the field. If they Emrakul, I think we just Recruiter, and then it lets us see what we have to get. Okay. So with this Recruiter we can get Deputy. I think that's correct to stop this Omniscience. So yeah, I think we're in a really good spot. They can't cast anything off the Omniscience. They just drew it. Yeah, cool. Alright. That was good. Thalia was a very important part of winning that game. I don't think we could have won without it. I think, we could have. They didn't have any payoff, but they definitely had like looks with the Brainstorm. Yeah, that was good. Okay, so our hand is a bit clunky. I think we can definitely do better on a 7. Like, we do have like these to fetch up anything that we need, but I think if I'm on the draw especially, I want cards that are more likely to catch us up. I don't know what how well does the deck mulligan, Johan? I imagine it mulligan's fine. Most of your deck can do stuff. You have what, like 16 1-drops? You're definitely gonna find one, I'd imagine. I have a Wasteland, so I have like some sort of some amount of like disruption. I think I'm okay. I will try it, but I think I would have mulliganed if I was more experienced with the deck. It's an interesting question. Okay, so they're leading on Wasteland. Not what I want to see, really. It might lead me to Wasteland, because our hand is definitely probably more vulnerable to that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. if I didn't do that, I would probably play Crackers first. And I'd play one of them, probably the champion. Problem with that always is then if they wasteland our Crackers, we can be in a bit of a problem. This could be Loam, it could be Lands, Still. Could be anything. So this is like probably the better than Unclaimed Territory at the moment. They aren't really suggesting anything that I would need to crack this. I definitely value the other lands over, because they help us cast our other spells. So I think I'm definitely better off playing Crackers first over Unclaimed Territory. See where our opponent gets. A forest. Play against a lot more forests than I'd expect. Chalice on 1. That's somewhat problematic. We'd like a Chalice of or a Cavern of Souls to get past that, I think, but we don't mind that too much now. I think we just play the Folly's Lieutenant to be aggressive. The deck, it definitely seems like it's Loam, given that fact. I think we want to play out this Lieutenant aggressively, just to like be on curve. Then we have this Bugler after that. I think if we find anything else like to play on 2, we'll play that instead. Farley is an interesting one because I don't know if I actually prefer playing that. I think I might do. It's interesting because a lot of the deck is like non-creatures. So they have but not all of it. It's like they have more Chalices. They have Life from the Loam. Yeah, I think I'm fine with it. It means that if they spend the turn wastelanding us, we can then play Father's Lieutenant next turn. And if not, then we'll just play Bugler. We have a fairly grindy hand, assuming we draw lands, as we have the 2 Recruiter-esque effects. They let us play a longer game than if we had something like a Mantis Rider, like the modern deck does. Where I think if we were playing that kind of deck, I would definitely be more into playing the Folly's Lieutenant. Okay, so we have 2 cards that we can't cast at the moment. I think Chalice is a lot better against this deck than like Death and Taxes and stuff, because we only have Mother of Runes and like Swords to Plowshares and Aether Vial to worry about. Tend to have like Aether Vial down before they Chalice. I think given them not doing anything, I'm happy to play the Bugler. I don't really know what I want to get off of the Recruiter yet. Always yield to these. Actually, I won't yield to Militia Bugler's trigger because it might be relevant to like Vial or something at any point. I kind of like Noble Hierarch here. Actually, I don't because I have Chalice on 1. I would like it if they didn't have Chalice on 1 because it would let us accelerate our hand out a little bit better. But now we have do not have that problem. This is probably an Abrupt Decay. That's fine. On Folly, I'm definitely happy with that. That does suggest that the hand is probably like fairly chock with spells. Could see like a Knight of the Reliquary here or something. Tireless tracker, sure. Ha, I get it. Okay, that's fine. So we know that they have Abrupt Decay in their deck. I kind of want to... I'm happy to trade either of these for like both deck cards. And I kind of want to see what's going on in their hand before I do anything else. So I think I'm going to play the Kite Seal first. I'm going to hold up Crackers in case they have like a... who knows? They could have anything. I always want to yield to champion triggers though. Okay, they just have a lot of chalices. This is good for us. We don't mind chalices too much. The problem is obviously our hand is like mainly 2s, so they're probably like... They can chalice now on 2. But then I think we will recruit her for a deputy, and then deputy the one on 2. The problem is that now if they draw a land, they can go... they can go like Chalice on 2 off of Dryad, and then Wasteland or Krakus, then we have to draw a land again. Seems like they're just playing a Chalice on 2. Okay, Green Sun for free, that's fine. Probably gets a Knight of the Reliquary. Ramnop Excavator, sure, okay. So, I think we just want to play Farley's Lieutenant this turn. Get that on the field as soon as possible before they chalice us. That's fine. Then we're just going to try and kill them with aggression. They will have to block next turn. Palace Jailer would be good if I could cast it. Wait, no, that's not what we wanted to cast. That was close. Probably a good thing, actually, that we have the... that it doesn't automatically tap, considering. That could have been very bad. Let's stack these triggers. I want to keep... I don't want to yield to the Father's Lieutenant trigger either, so that can be relevant. Gonna bash in with our creatures. They have to block, or they die. They can't block the Kite Sail, so they'll have to block the champion. Probably with the Tireless Tracker. Or actually the Ramnop Excavator isn't very relevant at the moment. Well, apparently it is. Our opponent seems to think so. Imagine they're probably just going to try and like Wasteland us out, but then we'll probably just kill them with our board. We know that hand is Mox Diamond. Yeah, okay. Great. So, Wasteland is a problem. So I like Tomic. They're a green base deck, so Mirren Crusader is great. Palace Jailer also seems like it's fairly good in this grindy matchup. I could consider Dismember as well. I think they're mainly like land base strategy. I know that they have Chalice on 1 is a problem, so I think I want to trim on some of my like 1-drops, but I don't know which ones. I think Meddling Mage is a bit bad. Actually I think Kite Sail's worse, but it flies. Folly might be like not great either. I think all of these are like, I think Meddling Mage and Kite Sail. I think they might play Planeswalkers. I like having the flying option. I think this might be fine. I'm not sure. I have like Deputy. to answer chalices. We want Mother Runes to protect our... Yeah, I'll submit this and then see how it goes. I think I'm okay keeping this hand. It's like fairly aggressive, and then I also have like, I could be wrong, they could just like chalice on one and then we can't do anything. Okay, they are not chalicing on one. We can't actually cast this deputy yet, but I think we'll have the chance later on. They don't run I don't think they run a lot of removal, so like double file as lieutenant seems like it would be hard for them to deal with. We will want to play this wasteland next turn, probably. I think it depends on how their hand shapes. I could just be doing this completely wrong. Sorry, I knocked my desk. Okay, yeah. Once upon a time seems like it's good. Find them what they need. See what they find. A wasteland. Makes sense. I quite like that windswept heath art. I think it's one of my favorite ones. Ancient Tomb. Okay. What could this be? A Dryad. Oh wow. Okay. Sure. This might be the Titan deck. Okay. So we have a bit of an issue now of our lands getting killed. So I think it tends to be that we probably want to like prioritize or be happy keeping hands with noble hierarchy. So assuming our champion doesn't die this turn, which is probably gonna happen, we're hoping to play Father's Eternal next time. We don't want to try and interact with what they're doing. We just want to try and kill them, or because they're gonna grind us out faster than we're gonna like be able to keep up with it, just because of how they like deal with our lands. Like a mono waste, like the deck that just wastelands you a ton is definitely a problem for us. Okay, I was worried it was gonna be a Ramanop excavator. They could just have another wasteland. Yep, they have another wasteland. Okay. So okay, yeah, they're the Titan deck. And an abrupt decay. At least we have our land still. Yeah, we hit a noble hierarch, which is good. Dryad means that they have all the like colored mana they need. I think I want to develop the noble hierarch. Then I want to wasteland the ancient tomb so they can't tie-in us off of an extra land. I could also wasteland a wasteland. I think actually wastelanding the wasteland is better for us. And I'm gonna attack with my champion, I think. Okay, I should have waited with the wasteland until I saw how they blocked. But I think wastelanding the wasteland's correct. Hoping to draw something like a deputy would be good, or perhaps a... Okay, so they're just cracking clues. I'm okay with this. Hoping for less wasteland effects. Okay, so they just spent the time cracking clues. I'm fine with that. Hopefully they don't find any lands. But okay, they found a land. And so did we. I do like... I assume they have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They didn't need one more land for tie-in. They didn't have it because they would have played it with Dryad. Oh, thank you for following, Johan. What I'm thinking is happening now is I could play a lieutenant, make this a 5, attack for 6. Then they play Primeval Tie-in off of 5 lands. They can get Field of the Dead. Then our champion is like quite big, and it's acceptable. I think I want to get rid of the tracker. That's like their... I'm gonna name Wizard, as we have other wizards in our deck, whereas we don't have any more of the Darkin. I like getting rid of the tracker and then attacking them. We can, if we draw a land, we can jailer the tie-in, assuming they draw the land. If they don't draw the land, we're in a good spot as well. So a land is good because it lets us double file as lieutenant. Any like another deputy is good as well. We can find... I took out Muddling Mages, so I can't find them. A Mirren Crusader is actually surprisingly good. That kind of like presents them with a threat they can't deal with at all, I don't think. Even zombies, it just like goes through them as... It has like pro their deck pretty much. I think if we do get a game free, I'm gonna trim on a Palace Jailer and then bring in some of the more like the 2-drop cards. Just cause okay, that's really good for us that they're drawing here. It means that they don't have the land, or they don't have the Primeval Tie-in, either or. Both are great. Hoping they don't have removal for our champion. That's like our win condition at this point. They're paying costs on something. Let's see what it is. It could be a... Yeah, there's the Abrupt Decay. That's what we expected, unfortunately. Found the land. Okay, so there's a land in ourselves. I think we want to just slam the Jailer here. It means that, yeah, it actually puts him in a quite an awkward spot with their mana, I think. Also it draws us cards, which is probably what we want. Become yeah, because now they can't crack this and cast this without dying, so they can't cast the Titan unless they draw another land. Yeah, so I think that's a quite a good spot for us to be in. Draw a card on the end step. It's a champion. That's good. That lets us get a creature that can be bigger than Titan, which is what we want. One, two, three, four, five. So they need actually yeah, another land lets them cast Primeval Titan, but then they go to 1. So if they don't get Field of the Dead, then we have a way to kill them. If they do get Field of the Dead, we can draw a Deputy or something. And we can kill both of their zombies. This has been a good game. It's a bit worried about the Wastelands to start with, but it seems like we managed to draw out of that. Okay. They tapped Vacant Team and then didn't tap Vacant Team. Another Dryad, that's okay. That lets us set up our board next turn, even if they do have a... okay, that's really good actually. So we want to play out both of these and the Farley's Lieutenant, I think. We'll start off with Champion. Then we'll play a Mother of Runes. Then we'll play a Farley's Lieutenant. I think all we want to do is we want to attack with just the Jailer because it presents them with having to block it. We can attack with both and put them to 2, which means that they can't H2, which means, but then the Dryad means that they draw a land and they can still do it. So I think this is better. Also plays around Abrupt Decay a bit better as well. They've used 2 of them, so I don't think it's necessarily likely that they have the 3rd, but especially with how they've been playing. Yeah, there's the block. Let's let it go through, that's great. don't know what they can get off of Primeval Titan at this point. We have a redraw of Horizon Canopy. I think we're sitting pretty. Anything but like a board wipe, but I don't think they play them. Fantastic. Alright. Hope we get one more win at least, so we can get our money back. I'd love a 4-1 again. This deck, it's fun. I'm really enjoying it. It feels a lot more aggressive than Death and Taxes, which is some of the times just all you need. It's just that bit of aggression. Also, like Freebooter and stuff feel a lot more powerful than some of the other twos that you have. You don't have the Stoneforge package, but I think the Stoneforge package is not very good right now because like Oko pretty much invalidates it completely. Oh, we're in a game. I wasn't even paying attention. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Great. And we're first. I think we can keep this hand. It's fairly disruptive. We have the Noble Hierarch. Cavern of Souls is good. We probably play Thalia into Kite Sail. Need land first to do that. Been pretty lucky drawing 1-drops every turn. No Vial though. We got a Vial once and it just died. So Ponder, sure. Alright, we'll just play out our Thalia then, attack for 1 with our Noble Hierarch. And the turn after that we can like we can save that cavern. We don't have to use it yet. We can like double Kite Sail them if we want to. Cavern of Souls have been very impressive as well. I pretty much never have to worry about like getting Force of Will, which is something you always have to worry about with Death and Taxes. Hey, there's the swords. That makes sense. Let's see what they have going on. We're just gonna play the champion first. I think we have to take the philosophy of okay, they have Terminus. They also have an Ice Fang Quartal. Ice Fang is kind of annoying, but we can't do anything about it. Doesn't have Death Touch yet though. Three other snow permanents. This matchup could be hard. It's Bant Control, I think. Our hand isn't really shaping, it isn't shaped well to combat their deck. The main issue is we don't have any sort of acceleration or like any grindy cards. So now they can just get a snow covered you just get a snow covered forest and Ice Fang us. I think we just have to like fight through it. So we're just gonna attack with this, see if they Ice Fang us. They probably will. Yeah, here comes the Ice Fang. Yep. Get the block in. That makes sense. Now we're just going to freeboot him again. So I think I'm just going to take their ponders. Try and win through this route. I'd like to draw like a palace jailer or something. That would be good. Get the astrolabe out, makes sense. So I know drop and land. These are the only two cards I know in their hand. Okay. Sidria swords, not great for us. You know they have a ponder. They had a ponder. What did they do? They shuffled. That's good for us. Meddling Mage is interesting. Think about what to name here. They have swords twice. I think the thing I'm scared of the most is like an Oko. Or another Terminus. Oko's actually fine. We don't know 2 cards in their hand, but I think we want to name, it's either like Ice Fang Qual or Terminus. I think Terminus is like what kills us at this point. Veil Summer, sure. They've main deck Veils, they'll probably come out in game 2. Main deck Pyroblast as well. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the only target for it really. But that's good for us, it means that they aren't really working with anything else it seems. I'm gonna wasteland that. Council's Judgment. Sure. What did they name? Which? Oh, okay, yeah. Just gonna do this now, so I can F6. Militia Bugler would be good here, as would a like a recruiter. Anything that lets us draw some more cards. Palace Jailer would be great. They shuffled their library, so that's good for us as well. Militia Bugler is just what we ordered. We want to be able to draw, find a 1-drop that doesn't get counted. Palace Jailer is equally as good, so we're going to grab that. Pass on that. Father's Lieutenant's interesting. I think I just want to attack with the Bugler first. I don't want to play the Father's Lieutenant yet. Gonna play out this Jailer, start generating cards. Things seem to be going quite well for us at this point. See, that could all change quite quickly depending on what they draw. They did not shuffle, which means that they got something they wanted, but only one card because they fetch now. Could be a nice Fang. Oh, they're gonna turn it. That doesn't seem. Oh, okay, they're gonna. Yeah, I see what's happening. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna. Can we kill them this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. But only if they don't have a swords. We can play around that by checking their hand. This is a lethal line. I think they put a Terminus on top. They've drawn their card for their first card, so they can't Terminus this turn. We're gonna Phantasmal. Check their hand. Okay. We're just gonna take a Brainstorm. We'll try and set up lethal here. Great. All right. Sweating that. I'm pretty sure they just brainstormed a Terminus to the top of the deck, which would have been very scary. So I think we want all these. I mean, that's all we want. It's Bant Control, looking at your hand's guide, on sideboarding in a general sense. Yeah, okay. I could bring in Grafdigger's Cage because of Terminus, but that doesn't really work. I don't really know. I don't like Grafdigger's Cage in this matchup, I think. What does he sideboard out? Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense generally. Oh, there it is. For any of you interested, I put that in the wrong place. I think I want to trim on Noble Heart because they board wipe. You don't really want to. So like Mother of Runes isn't as good. It's fine, but like not great. And I could probably. On a, I don't have to bring it. I just want the one Mirror Crusader, I think, just to like recruit for or anything. I don't want two of them. It's like still weak to swords, so I don't like having it in all the time. I'm hoping to like, yeah, have a hand like this. This is a good hand. Cavern of Souls is very, very good in this matchup, I think. Yeah, probably just play like an Astrolabe or something here. Yep. Can't say I'm the biggest fan of that card being in the format. Mainly because it just makes it so easy to just have cards in your deck that are that you otherwise wouldn't have, like this Bant Control that can mainboard Pyroblasts, and it's a Bant deck and it doesn't run any red lands. I think it's a bit ridiculous. Let's go play out Arthalia. We would like to find another land, just so we're not worried about our noble getting swords. Could definitely be the case now. Okay, they're just going to swords Arthalia. That's interesting. We'll just play another one next turn. If we can get this Mirror Crusader down after they swords a couple of our threats like they did there, then okay, this is where our hand has a problem. I think we probably should mulligan, actually, thinking about their deck. Yes, I think it was a mistake to keep that, just because we were on the draw, so we do have a couple draws for land, but we also have the issue of they can just like kill our mana accelerants, and if we don't draw another land, we're kind of in this situation that we're in now. This could be an Oko, or yeah. So this is another example of what I was talking about. Their deck is Bant. It's pretty much like blue-white based, and they can sideboard in Blood Moons, which I think is kind of ridiculous. So I think I want Noble Hierarchs mainly because I think I want to actually trim on Wasteland instead. Wasteland's not very good in this matchup. Okay, this is a good hand. It has 2 lands, so we're okay. And we have a Noble Hierarch. We pretty much dead to Blood Moon, assuming they like board wipe us, so it's a bit scary in that regard. But if we can like go Noble into Sanctum on 1, I think we're in a good spot generally, and then we can name Terminus with Meddling Mage. So that's our game plan. Okay, there's an Astrolabe. That's expected. Just gonna name 1 with Prelate. Then I'll probably name 3 with like Phantasmal Image on Prelate. Just want to make a big house of cards, basically. You can also like Meddling Mage a couple things. Icefang Quall's a problem. I think we want to Meddling Mage, Icefang Quall, Meddling Mage, Terminus, attack. Yeah. Problem there is we don't want to Meddling Mage Terminus yet. We can do that with the Phantasmal Image. Or with the other Meddling Mage. I think we can yeah, I like they can't set up the top card, so they have to draw a blind, so we're assuming they don't do that. So I'm gonna Meddling Mage first. Then we're gonna name 3 off of our other Sanctum Prelate. Okay, so I have a braid instead. Dude, I could just play a braid in a blue-white deck. It's just so... I don't like it. That's really annoying actually as well. I'm just gonna Meddling Mage again. Probably name Terminus to this one. Or Swords, I could name Swords. But they would have Swords on turn 1, I think. Brainstorm's also a good one. It's hard. I think I want to name Blood Moon Knight, maybe. No, because I have the Noble Hierarch. This is a hard choice, surprisingly. I think I'm going to name Sword. It baffles me that they can play cards like they can pretty much like splash all the colors off of a single artifact that also draws them a card, so they don't actually lose any like cards for it. Here's an oak. Oh, there's the Blood Moon. That makes sense. Thinking of naming Blood Moon, but I don't think we mind that too much because we have our Noble Hierarch. It does mean that we can't like double spell. I think at this point we want to Talisman Image this and name Terminus, because that's how we lose. We just want to try and win now. Humility. Sure, they really just wanted to get us. So we can't do anything about this at this point. Their cards are better than ours, so we just kind of have to keep attacking and passing. We can't play any of our cards because we only have mountains. They wanted it more than we did, and so they will get it. Unfortunately, playing cards like Humility, I'm not surprised. Yeah, now Oko, funnily enough, goes over the Humility layer, so while I'm stuck with 1/1s, my opponent will have 3/3s. There's no point in attacking. I guess there is if I attack it, and it's pretty much just over at this point. There's no way of me winning. If I attack all at Oko, they can then make a 3/3, and then yeah. So this is pretty much like everything wrong with Legacy at this point. As a Terminus, yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna concede here. It's a bit frustrating because like the deck is not really supposed to cast those cards. Like, it's fine if they have the dual lands in their deck, that's fair. But the fact that they can like have unwastelandable lands that also cast every color of spell in their deck is a bit annoying. And I think it's like one of the biggest flaws with Astrolabe in general. Like, it's pretty much like there's no opportunity cost to cast like having the card in your deck really. I think I would keep this if I had like a recruiter. I don't think I want to keep it otherwise. I don't have a 1-drop, but I have like Horizon Canopy, so I am fine with keeping this. I don't want to, I can just get Wastelanded turn 1, which would be annoying. I don't have a 1-drop to like circumvent that. Let's see what they get with Once Upon a Time. This could be Eldrazi, could be the Loam deck that we played before, the Titan deck. It's Loam, and then they have the Wasteland as well. Okay. Shouldn't play out of a cavern, but I'm just tilting off of it. I should just play the Horizon Canopy. It seems like we're going to be able to resolve Athalia, but Athalia isn't very good in this matchup anyway. Sure. We do have one of the better cards in the matchup in Palace Jailer though. I do like getting Vile down, but also yeah, I think Vile is fine. A bit late, but hopefully it helps catch us up later on. We're hoping just to not get like Abrupt Decay or anything. Just a Knight of the Reliquary, sure. Let's go play Athalia here. Hoping to draw. Problem is now that we kind of need the Vile because they're just gonna keep like getting Wastelands with their Knight probably and like Wastelanding us out. Okay, sure. Or we're just gonna get beaten to death by Questing Beast and Knight of the Reliquary. Suppose that happens. Okay, so we drew a land. Now we have to think about what we want. I think we want to get we want to just Bugler here. We want the recruiter to recruit something later on, and we can at least we can't double block the Questing Beast because that can't be blocked by creatures with 2. I think I just want to play the Meddling Mage. I just want to play it and name like Abrupt Decay. It's gonna be just like the Bant version. We haven't really seen what colors they're playing, so it might not be correct to play like name Abrupt Decay. It might instead be better to name like, but I think they always play Abrupt Decay. It's usually the 4-color loan. It doesn't seem like they're punishing loan, so we can't block this Questing Beast, but that's okay because we're going to recruit up a deputy and get rid of it that way. Could just get swords, should be not great for us, but gonna take 5 here. Makes sense. Or we're just gonna wasteland us here. So we need to draw another land. I'm kind of glad that they wastelanded that, not the cavern. The cavern was like, okay, folly is not a problem. We don't really care about folly at all. Dump this up. Well, this lets us block Questing Beast, which is good. We can recruit her for something, hopefully. There's no reason to... I'd rather have the Farley's Lieutenant taking up more than having the recruiter be a 2-2. So I'm just going to play out the Farley's Lieutenant. And pass. Upkeeping that. This is fair enough. Maybe they don't want to draw something. It seems like they aren't playing like black at all. They're just like Bant. So we'll get our Vial on now. Put in this recruiter. Probably go and get a deputy that we can't cast, which is a bit annoying. So maybe it's better to. Well, we have the Palace Jailer, so I think it might be more correct to instead get like a Phantasmal image for the Jailer. But even then, we can't cast that either. I think a Lieutenant actually might be better. Or a Mother of Runes. Mother of Runes is probably the best one for us to get actually. So now we're going to jump here. And we're going to double block this. I'm okay with that. We just now need to stabilize off of this Palace Jailer. They're letting us keep our thing, which is nice. Just needed to cast this. Move that on the stack. I guess we don't really need to do this, but we want to do it now. Now the question is, do we want to wasteland that guy's kill? I think the answer is no. Quite a resounding no. The other question is if we want to attack. I think the answer to that is also no. Cool, so we do another land. I think I'm okay prelating on one at this point. It looks like they're purely That could actually be a problem. That less so. But the birds is actually problematic with the noble hierarch. I'm gonna say always no now. Okay, so we're drawing a lot of follows lieutenants, not a lot of anything else. Yeah, this bird's actually gonna ruin our day, which is really frustrating. So I think we just have to be aggressive at this point. We're winning on board outside of yeah, I think this is the best way for us to win, is just to like, they'll get back their knife, the reliquary, when they attack with their bird, but we can't really deal with that, and we can hope to draw like a something, anything really. Also just like yeah, so they get back that knight, which is technically a 9. The one birds of paradise, ruining our day. We don't really have any way to bounce our palace jailer in our deck, but noble hierarch is fairly good. So at this point, we're just going to keep trying to get the monarchy back. Yeah, at this point we just want to try and win quickly. Let's see. I want to attack with this definitely. Do we want to just attack with that as a 10? Or do we want to attack with our other creatures? Well, they will die. I'm okay with letting them go. Just to hold back our Mother of Runes. So they can't attack then. So I think this is fine. They can make their knight big enough to block our Thalia, but then we just give it pro. Sure. We get monarchy back. They can attack with the knight if they want the monarchy themselves, because then they don't get exalted. Phantasmal Image is a good draw actually, because that'll palace jailer for us. I think I'll actually be interested in taking the bird with that. Krakus doesn't do anything, we don't have any legendary creatures. Hoping to find a deputy. Mother of Runes is actually very, very scary. Just want to play our creatures. Problem here now is obviously his Mother of Runes. I guess I can only target one creature. Okay, I know what we're doing. Playing a pellet and one for swords. And I'm gonna play this Phantasmal Image. I think it has to become a Palace Jailer. Then the question is, what we target with this. I think our best bet is to target the Birds of Paradise for now. Gives us 2 draws to something. It's really interesting actually. Because if we take a knight and we attack, that also poses a problem for them. So I'm actually going to take a knight. Leave back the Noble Hierarch to block. Yeah, absolutely fine. We're scared of Questing Beast, I guess, number 2, but Volley is fine. Yep, so now we have a monarchy control. We have a Noble Hierarch to block. They give it pro white. We now have another Mother of Runes, which is really good. We want to play out this human. Then we want to play out Mother of Runes after. Just yield to these. We want to wait a turn now. I'm starting to give things pro. I also think it might be, I was gonna say it might be correct to what are they getting? It might be correct to wasteland them, but I don't think it is right now. Not at the moment. Okay, so they're gonna get a I have to actually sure. I think I want to wasteland the Guy's Cradle now. Actually, I think it's right to do it now. More creatures get big. Maybe I should have just attacked. I didn't really look at what how much we can deal. I think we can just kill them, honestly. I didn't think about that. So they have 4 blockers, assuming they don't block, or if they don't Mother of Runes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many of them are lethal? 2 of them? No, we don't want to attack yet. Not like that, at least. We can give our Farley's Lieutenant Pro green and white next turn. And that'll probably kill them. Even through a scavenging use. And they would have to respond to the first trigger because it doesn't tell them what I'm going to give Pro to until after. So I'll give it Pro white and then give it Pro green. So we somehow managed to win this game. Target this. Great. Alright. Go us. Best cards. The Tomix, the Palace Jailers, the Mirren Crusader, and probably the Dismembers. Grafter's Cage is interesting because it's all screen suns in it, but I don't think it's very good. Freebooter doesn't seem very good. Neither does Thalia. And then probably Trim on a Meddling Mage as well. We just want to Thalia's Lieutenant them to death basically. Mirren Crusader is probably like the best card in this matchup as well. Yeah. Assuming we get like Mother of Runes, Mirren Crusader down, they can't deal with it, whereas we can deal with theirs with like Deputy and stuff. Obviously Dismember isn't very good against that. Okay, this hand is pretty good, so I'm going to keep it. This is like a Death and Taxes hand with a champion in it as well, which is kind of relevant. Obviously we're scared of Wasteland, but apart from that we're pretty happy. This just seems like straight green white Maverick. That's going to fetch a Dryad Arbor, that's fine. I think I'm okay with leading on Krakus with the Vial. Should have taken Prelate out of my deck. I forgot that card's like not great either. That would have been better than taking out Meddling Mage. I don't want to play this file as Lieutenant yet. I think I'm okay just playing a champion. And then next turn I can go Mirren Crusader, file as Lieutenant. That presents a big problem for them. With Mother of Runes back up. Okay, so I do have swords in their deck. That's good to know. It means the Prelate is more relevant. Hex Drinker, sure. They have to put a lot of mana into it to be as relevant as our Mirren Crusader. They have another swords? Okay. Oh, they have a path. Okay. Doesn't do anything because we don't have any. That's fine. These are 2 things that we got out of the way for our Mirren Crusader. Now we have a Palace Jailer. I was on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can just like level up to 8 next turn if they want. We'll see what they do. I'd hope that they don't and they try and like instead okay, it looks like that's just what they're doing. We can race that. So yeah, I know it has I want to know if it has pro everything. I'm pretty sure it does. I'll put this on free. This member's not great. I will play this prelate. I will play it as on a vial. It buffs this up. Name 1. They're attacking for 8 this turn. They're on a 2-turn clock, whereas we're on a 3-turn clock. We can dismember on the turn. So if we take 12, so we'll be on 1 if we just take 6 every turn. Prelate stops us from getting swords or pathed. Council's Judgment is something that we need to be wary of though. This is a Green Sun Zenith 4. It's probably getting a Questing Beast. Which is actually good for us since if they just cast Questing Beast and attack, we can dismember it. Oh, okay, that's fine too. We have lethal now. They just attack us. We can just we can jailer it. We don't have to dismember it. Surprised I didn't get Questing Beast, honestly. Either way, we had it covered, but it's more the fault that I was thinking about. Yeah, okay. So we get the free 2 off of this. Alright, great. Alright, I am okay with that. I'm happy. Obviously, the Bant deck was a bit of a problem, and I think we could have played a lot better against the first opponent, who was playing Lands. I think I misplayed a couple times just from not being as perceptive as I could have been. I'm gonna open this chest, see what I get. Cool. 5 play points. We'll take that. Alright, yeah, I'm very much interested in playing this deck more. I really liked what it was doing. I really liked the disruptive aspects probably a lot better than if I was playing Death and Taxes. So if I do play Legacy, I'll probably play this, but the problem is I don't really like playing against that Bant Control deck. Just kind of solidified my problem with Legacy at the moment, and is probably why I'm probably not playing, probably not going to play it as much as I would otherwise, mainly because it's just it's not great at the moment with Astrolabe and Oko in the format. I think if they ban one of them, I'll be interested in playing it a bit more, but outside of that, I'm probably not going to. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you around. And before I go, actually, I'll make sure to say, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, put the notification button so you know when I'm uploaded. I usually upload as soon as I finish playing it on Twitch, so if you are interested in watching it live, you have twitch.tv/BobNanos, which is BOBNANOS. Same as my YouTube. yeah, I'll link in the description of this if you're watching this on YouTube the guide that I used to play this deck. It's by the same person who I got this deck list off. He was in the chat a bit. His name's Johan. He's very nice and also a very good humans player. So yeah, alright. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.